Hi, I'm Bishop Thomas Dowd, Auxiliary Bishop for the Archdiocese of Montreal. It's my pleasure to be the first in a series of speakers for a kind of Lenten retreat we're presenting here through the diocesan website, through this video and other videos to help our people enter into the time of Lent. Lent for me, growing up in a Catholic household, was always a significant time. It's something we celebrated as a family, something we entered into as a family. Now, I remember when I was very small having a conversation with my parents about the whole idea of growth in our faith and growth in holiness. And I remember as a child telling my parents that I did not want to be a saint. And I remember they were a bit surprised, saying, "What do you mean you don't want to be a saint?" And I said, "It's too hard." When I heard about the lives of the saints and all the amazing things they did, as a little kid, I said to myself, I can't do that. That's too much. So I would rather not be a saint. I would rather just be sort of an ordinary person who went to church and did all those usual spiritual things. But then my parents explained to me that, in fact, we're all called to be saints, and it doesn't need to be something we try and achieve or something that we seek to enter into all in one big step. Every journey takes little steps. And my father himself explained to me that holiness actually is worked on gradually. And he said the project of life, the project of holiness, is really to take a look at our habits and work on our habits. And so we decided we would identify one new good habit we wanted to develop and identify one negative habit that we had that we wanted to work on to get rid of. And so that's how we used the season of Advent and Lent. That's how I lived those seasons. Advent was the time of year when we would try and build a new good habit. And Lent, because it is a season of penance, it was a time to take an honest look at ourselves and say, what is it in our life, in our personality, in the way we live that needed some correction, a bad habit that we could slowly attenuate, slowly get rid of. And the idea was over the course of a lifetime, a life project, to gradually build up the good habits, to gradually reduce the bad ones. And as my parents explained to me, that's a saint. A saint is a person who is habitually good and who habitually is able to avoid the negative. And so I encourage all of us as we enter into this season of Lent to take the side of penance seriously, but not to look at it as a season of somehow of punishment, a negative season. It really is a good season for us because none of us is perfect. We all have things we need to work on. And Lent is an invitation to take honest stock of where we're at and to slowly progress in our own personal growth and to let go of the things that weigh us down from being the people that God really is calling us to be. There's that old tradition of giving things up for Lent, and I'm sure many of us have practiced that. Well, giving up a negative habit, giving up some negative influence in our life, giving up some negative part of our life, that is also a sacrifice worthy of God. And so I invite us all in this season of Lent to enter into it joyfully, to look at it as a positive time to grow in the Lord and to use it as a stepping stone to becoming saints, the saints God is calling us to be.